Well, Alina, are you here for the money?
That would be very sad if that's what happened.
Yes. Well, maybe. No, what is this necessary labour in this picture? Yes. No, you're near it. You're hot. You're warm. Yes. Teaching experience. Well, see, the point is the surplus and the necessary labour should be separated in space and time, right? So I don't want you to mess the two up. So what is this necessary labour that they engage? Why are they here? You should know this. You can get their bloody degree, their PhD. And what does that involve, Chelsea?
What was that?
What does that involve, getting a PhD?
Writing a dissertation.
Writing a dissertation. And what does writing a dissertation involve?
A lot of research.
A lot of research. And what does research involve?
Time.
Time. Doing what? What do you think they do? Experiments. Oh yeah, on animals. Experiments on human beings. Yeah. What do you think they do for their dissertation? Anybody any idea? They read a hell of a lot. Oof, they do. They don't stop reading. They've got encyclopedic minds. Read. They spend a lot of time reading. Matthew. Field research. Research like what, for example?
Flight to Bolivia.
Yeah, fly to Bolivia. What do they do there? And they ask people about participatory budgeting. Very interesting. Field research. Anything else they do? Yeah, that'll keep them probably pretty busy. What else do you do? Oh yeah, writing. That's a good idea. Writing papers and dissertation chapters. This is their labour. And this is their labour. They are able to do this labour only because they are GSIs, which gives them a little bit of money, so that they can exist, so that they can read, field research, and write, and think. Okay, so it's really quite similar, you might say, to feudalism. And it's separated in space and time. They know when they're dealing with teaching, cultivating you, as opposed to doing their own research. So they are indeed serfs. You know, this is very interesting, because this became the fulcrum of an enormous struggle in this university. The question was, are these people serfs who teach, as you were suggesting up there, in order to become apprentices, and so become what, in the end, people like myself, professors? Are they essentially serfs who are receiving just a stipend to just keep them going, but they're really here for this? So this is a relationship, a feudal relationship of lord and serf. My relation to them is it's the money they get, a stipend, just to keep them going, in order for them to do their PhD? Or is it what? A wage. Who are you?
Betty.
Oh, crumbs. Hold on. Christy. Betty. Rachel. Rosa. And somebody else. I know I can't do more than 3. Okay, let me think about this. No, I can't. It's really amazing what my memory can't do. Felipe, what's your neighbour's name? Felipe. What sort of trade union organizer are you? Lauren. No, it's not Lauren. No, what's the name? Heather. Okay, I'll try my best. Okay, I should really be writing this up here. That's what I should do. Heather. Okay, Rosa. Christy. Okay, that's enough. Rachel at the front here, thank you. Yeah, 3 is the maximum. I just got your name, didn't I? What was yours?
Betty.
Okay, Betty. All right, fine, very good. Now, yes, what did you just say, Betty? Wage, that's right. The question is this: is there what the money receive a stipend or a wage? And this is a critical question. This brings us to wage labour. What is the difference between a serf and a wage labourer? A wage labourer is a class in the what mode of production, Jessica? Capitalism, yes! Capitalism. A wage labourer in capitalism, you have capitalists and wage labourers. In feudalism, you have lords and serfs. What is the difference between a serf and a wage labourer? Are these gentlemen and gentlewomen serfs or wage labourers? And that became a big issue, because if they are serfs, then they have no right to organise as a union. If they are wage labourers, then they have a right to organise themselves into a union. It became a big issue. We were discussing these matters on the picket lines in Sproul Plaza. Are they serfs or wage labourers? Yes. Good. Well, what is the difference between a serf and a wage labourer? A slave gives up what, Christy? That's right. They sell the labourer to the slave owner. In feudalism, the serf gives up what? Not the labourer, but the labour. Now, what does the wage labourer give up? Surplus. Yes, they all give up surplus.
Hours of the day.
Very good. You've been reading. Very good. Excellent. Hours of the day. What is the crucial difference between a wage labourer and a serf? Just think of a worker in a factory in Detroit. The few that are left. What is the difference between a wage labourer? The first and most obvious difference between a wage labourer and a serf. Yes, Matthew?
They are detached from their means of subsistence.
They are detached from their means of subsistence. What else does that mean?
So since they're not bound to the land, they can't.
Who are not bound to the land?
Since the wage laborers are not bound to the land, they cannot pay more and more. So they're given a wage, which they then have to take to a marketplace.
Why are they given a wage? All right, given a wage, they take to a marketplace, and what do they do with the wage?
And then they buy food.
Then they buy food. Okay, so they do not grow their own means of subsistence. They are instead, they sell themselves or something. They sell something to somebody. They get a wage in return. The wage delivers their consumer goods. Now, who do they sell and what do they sell? To whom do they sell and what do they sell? What do they offer? How do they get this wage? This wage, what do they offer up? Yes. Yes.
They sell their labor to the capitalists.
Now, the question is this. What exactly do they sell to the capitalists? Their activity. Their labour. Rachel.
Labor power.
Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labour power. Labourer, that's the slave. Labour, that's the serf. And labour power. Labour power. You will never ever forget this. Labour power is the wage labourer, the worker, the capitalist worker, the proletarian. Yes. What is labour power? What is labour power? Labour power. What is labour power? What is labour power? It's all in the text. What is labour power? What is labour power? Yes. The ability to produce surplus labour. Yes, the ability, the power. It's a power. It's a power to produce. A capacity. A power. A potential. What I sell to the capitalist as a wage labourer is that capacity, that potentiality. What page are we on, Rachel? Yes, 206, 204. I would say 204 myself. Yes, 204. Yes. Let's read the new, you can read it. I'm telling you where to read. 204, 205 is where we're going. So let me just continue this labour power. Oh no, let me read it. Marx is much better than me. Right, page 204, how do I describe this? See those 3 stars at the top of the page? The second set of 3 stars, right? Then 3 paragraphs into that section in the middle of the page that begins the capitalist. Sienna, you there? Can you read for us, the capitalist?
The capitalist, it seems, therefore,
buys their labour with money.
They sell him their labour for money.
They should be saying labour power here, but go on.
No, it's labour for huh?
Go on. But this is merely...
But this is merely the appearance. In reality, what they sell to the capitalist for money is their labour power.
Power, not labour. They sell labour power, their capacity. Yeah, go on.
The capitalist buys his labour power for a day, a week, a month, etc.
Uh-huh.
And after he has bought it, he uses it by having the workers work for a limited time.
Right, drop down to the last 2 sentences in that paragraph.
Labour power, therefore, is a commodity.
A commodity is something that is bought and sold. Uh-huh.
Neither more nor less than sugar.
So labour power, not labourer, not labour, but labour power is something that's bought and sold. Neither more nor less than sugar. Uh-huh.
The former is measured by the clock, the latter by the scales.
Only Marx could say this. The former is measured by the clock, the latter by the scales. Very good, Marx. What is he saying here? He is saying that what I bring to the factory, to the factory gates, what I sell is my labour power. What then does the capitalist have to do? What then does the capitalist have to do? What does the capitalist have to do with me? Here I am, my labour power. Well, no, in exchange for the wage, the capitalist, I'm selling my labour power. What does the capitalist then do? Well, no. The capitalist, yes, alright, he will give me a wage only, and when I've done something, I have worked for 8 hours. But what am I going to do in those 8 hours? What has he got to do with that capacity to work? That potential. He's going to turn the potentiality into reality. He's got to turn the labour power into real labour. I go to the factory gates, and now the capitalist has got to persuade me to get me to work, to labour for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, or however many hours. Look, the story is simple. To survive, a worker needs subsistence. To get the subsistence, a worker is expropriated from access to the land, can't grow his or her own subsistence. He needs, or she needs, what? He needs actual goods, food, shelter. That comes from the wage. How does the worker get the wage? The worker gets the wage by selling labour power. To whom? To the capitalist. Alright, capitalist buys labour power. Labour power receives a wage. The wage purchases goods, and goods are consumed for subsistence. The question is this. Capitalist buys labor power, buys my labor power, but what do I give up to the capitalist in return? Time, labor time. Labor time. Actual labor time. Now, the question is this. Why? And you should think about this between now and Thursday. But you should try it out first. Why is labor power? Why does Marx and Engels say so stress the importance of labor power, the capacity to work? Why is it that when I'm just not selling 6 hours of specified labor to the capitalist? Why is it not feudalism? Why? Why labor power, the capacity? What is it about capitalism that requires people not to sell labor, certain types of activities specified ahead of time, but labor power, the capacity to work?
Because you have the autonomy.
Christy?
You have autonomy to move to another, to sell your labor to someone.
You have that autonomy, but what is it about that? Why the capacity? Why capacity, Annie?
Your actual labor is constantly
Because their actual labor is constantly changing. The point about capitalism is what? It's dynamism. It's continually transforming itself. It's continually changing. We'll see why. The technology, the way work is organized, the division of labor and specialization, it's continually changing. So if I am saying I am going to sell, okay, I'm going to do 4 hours of screwing bolts onto hubcaps for 4 hours, and 4 hours I am going to wire some car on the assembly line. That's no good for capitalism, because capitalism is continually changing technology. Capitalists want to be able to mobilize labor in different ways. So what you sell is the labor power, your capacity. And then that poor capitalist, the tragedy of the capitalist is that he or she has got to get you to produce labor. But has got to get you to produce labor that also produces what? Ultimately, surplus, because surplus will produce what? Profit. Read wage, labor and capital. See what Marx and Engels, or Marx, means by labor power, profit, surplus, competition. See you Thursday. Oh, I can see it's going to be hard work.
So the question I have about your analogy, you said before that serfs never become lords, right?